Hey, good morning everybody. It's Rob from Burgle Bullies. Normally my videos are about my dogs and what we do here on with American Bullies, but today I'm going to take a different route. Hopefully it helps somebody out and a time of need. So nice weather. It's spring, summer's around the corner. Awesome time, my favorite time of the year. You want to bring the bikes out, well, a Harley. You want to bring your Harley out and you want to ride, and you go and you pull her out, turn your key, you go to sit here and you're hitting the start button and you're getting the click of death, is what they call it. It basically just keeps tapping and clicking, and then all of a sudden you think, well, shit, this sucks. You go and you check your battery, you got good voltage, your battery's good, especially if you just bought one, previous year, previous summer, spring, ahead of time, because you hit that 3-5 year mark. And sometimes if you don't charge them during the winter, you think that's it, and you put the battery on charge, you got full charge, your battery's good, you tested it on the voltage. Well, the next thing you would think is my fuses. You go through and check all your fuses. Your fuses are all good, none of them's blown, and everything works out there. So the next thing you think is starter. Shit, my starter is bad. How much is this going to cost me and run me? And maybe you're in a pinch. Maybe it was that time of the month that all your bills came in. You're hurting that week because you took care of your priorities and you paid all your bills and your groceries and did what you had to do in life. It happens. Where you're in a pinch and you're in a bind and you just don't have the cost and the extra expense to pay for a new starter. Or if you're nervous about working on it yourself and you're thinking, what's it going to cost to bring it to the shop, the Harley shop? Well, I'm here to tell you, hopefully it helps somebody out. Normally it's not a full starter. Normally there's brass pieces inside off the starter that get wore out or get corroded or get dirty in time. Sometimes they wear out and you do need to replace them, but more than likely they just need cleaned real good, and I'm going to show you where it's at. So normally it is, let me get the other way. I gotta power wash and clean all this. Right behind, there's the starter. Right behind that starter. I already took the case off. I took the time. I dropped my cover case here. It's only held on by a couple bolts. I freeze it up to where that is exposed and shown. You just have to pull a couple of these lines down, and there's 3 bolts there that you pull. I broke one. It was so seized and rusted up, but I'll still be able to make it work with 2. But these brass pieces here, and then there's 2 springs behind a plunger, which this is the plunger. And there's springs on here, and there's 2 of them. And don't lose those springs. But you take this out, and you basically, I spray WD-40. I normally pull, I normally pull this down. I clean all that. You see all that, how it's rusted up, basically got gunk. I normally just clean the all that. I clean inside here real good. I don't spray WD-40 in that. I just use a wire brush. So you just basically take a wire brush that you got, scrub it real good. I normally take a piece of sandpaper, and I normally just start cleaning the crap out of all this. One piece of sandpaper and wire brush and WD-40. I'll pull this back and I lubricate the front spring. There's a spring built inside this plunger, I normally lubricate that. I normally pull this down, expose all that. I lubricate all that. I work it real good. You'll hear it grind with all the gunk and shit inside it. But I just work it back and forth. I lubricate the springs real good. I basically take my metal brush, I scrub it real good. I get all the brass shiny, because that's what it is. When this plunges, that's what you're hearing clicking. For the click of death, when it's just click, 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 tapping type noise. That's what it is. There's 3 brass pieces inside there that make a connection. To when it makes a good connection, if it ain't too wore out to where you have to replace that, and you can get away with just cleaning because they're still good and not completely wore down and tore up. What it is there's so much gunk and buildup that when this plunges, it's clicking, and your brass pieces aren't making a good connection for that starter to spin and kick over to start your bike. So it's just tapping and not starting. I know that there's a couple of videos about this. If you look it up on YouTube and you type in click of death, and they can show you more thoroughly, step by step, better than what I did on taking it apart, what tools you need and what size. I'm just giving a quick video of where it's at, what to do, what to look for. I'm not gonna do step by step tearing it apart. The video can be kind of long, and I just don't feel like editing it and speeding it up and fast forwarding some of that stuff. I have trouble with editing technology. So but yeah, that's basically how you do it. Like I said, there's a couple bolts. You got to drop the case cover, and you go after the 3 bolts on the cover plate, which the cover plate looks like this on there. So you go after that. This is up inside. This sits like that inside there. So your cover plate would come off, and there's a gasket here. Don't lose it. And then you pull this out real slowly, and there's 2 springs. You got one on the inside of there, and you got one on the shaft. They're supposed to be on the shaft, but the back one always likes to stay in there. Don't lose the springs. Be careful, don't break them, because that's what makes it go plunge in and out when you go to start it. So yeah, I'm gonna take the time to clean this and all that, and at the end of this video I'll put it all back together, and I'll show you kind of putting it back together, and then we'll turn it over, start it, and see if she cranks and starts. And then yeah, you can still go out and your day's not completely ruined, because you, like I said, you're kind of in the hole for that week, and you had a ride planned, or a group gathering ride, or you just need to get out there. It's a beautiful day. Like, you're struggling, you know, you're making ends meet, you're going through a rough patch, you got a lot of stress and bullshit on your mind, and you just want to clear your head and get out on that road and feel the wind and zone out and yeah, enjoy life for a little bit. Then yeah, hopefully this helps you, that there's still hope. You're not at complete rock bottom to where you can't even ride, and get out there. And you just might have to tell everyone, if you got a group ride, hey, I'll meet up with you. Yeah, send me a text on one of your stops, or yeah, if you can just hold off for a little bit, just give me a little bit of time. Or when this happens the night before you're getting ready and this happens, you might have a little leeway time to get it done before that next morning, and get it finished up at nighttime or in the evening. So God bless, till next time. Hope it helps somebody. I just wanted to let you guys know it's what I've been doing. I could break down and buy a new starter if I want, but if it just takes a little bit of maintenance and a little bit of cleaning and taking it off and taking the time to put it back on, and she fires up and runs. I've been doing it for 3 years. If it tells you anything, I did replace all the brass and the plunger 3 years back, but because I have that my bike, I keep it outside more than I should. I'm gonna strip her down, do a whole new paint job. I basically custom built this bike. It was salvaged. I had to lay it down on a trailer and pieces I couldn't ride at home when I first bought it, but the mileage was low. The year, it's a 2009 Harley Nightster. I basically built it to what it is today, built the bobber out of it. Once I found out my woman wasn't going to ride, I took off the sissy bar, the back seat, all that, chopped my fender, and did all my work. I'll do a walk around when I fire her up and shut her down and talk to you guys about all the work I did. But from there, yeah, it's something I've built. I'm going to strip down, do another paint job. I'm already on my second or third paint job. I've rocked it for a couple years now, and it's time for me to go back. I might do a flat black. I did again, I already had it once with brass, well, not brass, more of a copper. I had a copper and a flat black. I loved it. It was awesome, but my copper started kind of fading and turning more like a rust look. That's when I switched it over and did what I did on this. But I'm about to strip it and redo it sometime. I don't know if it might be later this year. I got a lot going on, but I am going to take the time to do some more work, strip her all down, start painting again, and doing more work because it's been a couple years. God bless. Till next time. So as you can see, it looks 100 times better. It's back to getting shiny. Yeah, there's a couple spots you're gonna have, you know what I mean, wear and tear on the metal, but yeah, everything's moving and plunging nice. It's all cleaned up. So it's hard for me to get the camera in there and me do the work, but this is basically the general idea. Once you get this cleaned up and you put both springs back on like that, and this back one's the one that's going to stay in there when you tear it apart, and you basically feed it, move your lines and your wires. You basically feed it in there. Well, my head's in the way, like I said. That's why I wasn't doing a video on how to put it all back, tear it apart and put it all back together. Okay. So that piece is back in there. I cleaned all the brass pieces. And then you take your cover, make sure your gasket's on there. Put that back on. Clamp from my exhaust coming off. That's nice. If I had somebody filming, I think my head wouldn't be getting in the way and get a better view on what's going on. But I don't know how else to get a better view of what I'm doing here. But and those bolts are super thin, small. Do not, crank, over tighten, and go crazy. They will snap, they will break. I had one break on me trying to take it apart because it was in there really good, and so I ended up with one broke on the bottom. So I always just one-hand it, use my fingertips till it gets snug. I do not crank hard, because if I break another, then I am up shit's creek. One bolt's not gonna cut it. So most people would just break down and buy a whole new starter and everything, but I'm not that guy. If I can fix it, make it run, and do it myself, I'm going to. And then